and just think outside the box and get the views.
Oscar De La Hoya wastes my time.
Boxing is the best, the purest, the most beautiful sport in the world when the best fight the best.
I mean, I think he should go down and win a title at 160 because he won at 47, 40, 54, 68. Go get 60 and you got to close it all. That's fine.
Us fighters who get in the ring and risk our lives, there's enough pie for everyone to pass around.
Oscar De La Hoya says that boxers will always mess up when they get a taste of 7 or 8 figures near the end of their career. Terence Crawford just climbed the peak and beat Canelo Alvarez to make his name even stronger.
Versus Canelo, which I feel Crawford will win.
Yeah. Okay.
But it'll be a great fight.
Yeah.
What Oscar really meant when he told Crawford not to fight Jermell Charlo and why it's more than just a tough fight.
Been impressed with Terence. Yeah. I was not surprised at all. I mean, I called it, I don't know how many days before.
Oscar De La Hoya was one of the few well-known people who said Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez.
I promoted him. I know exactly what he cannot handle and what he can handle, where he looks great and where he doesn't. And Crawford was the perfect opponent or fighter to derail the train. That was the bottom line. You move on Canelo just a little bit.
Oscar told Ariel Helwani that the outcome did not shock him in the least. He didn't just pick the winner. He knew the answer weeks before the bell rang.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you I told you so.
I told you!
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
It was known that De La Hoya had backed Canelo for a long time. He said, "I know Canelo. Without a question, I know what he can and cannot handle."
And before you start with your shit about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some respect on it.
And it was a huge flop.
How do you like them, Max?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed with.
When the Canelo train crashed, he was sure of his call because he knew something about it. He also tells Crawford what needs to happen next with that. It wasn't a guess. A skilled doctor who knew the fighter's flaws better than anyone else beat him up badly. That's something you should keep in mind when you hear what he says next. What did De La Hoya think the last mistake was? It had nothing to do with strength or chin. It was put out very well by Oscar. When you move on Canelo a little, he gets lost. He said that Canelo's feet were stuck on the ground, which meant that Craig's boxing machine could always hit him.
A lot of doubters, not all of them, but it'll silence a lot of doubters, and he can move on to the next challenge. And then that next challenge is possibly a top 10 in the world.
I think the smaller Charlo could be even more dangerous. The smaller Charlo has speed and fights harder, and he's in your face. It's a great payday for him, and he's obviously. He took that into consideration when making the decision. It's going to be a tough task. I mean, 2 weight divisions is historical if he wins, and 2 weight divisions if he loses, he has the perfect excuse.
Oscar said it again on Clapback Thursday. Crawford was just making fun of Canelo and making him look bad. He replied that Crawford was bigger and wouldn't back down because Canelo was old.
Do you think he's retires? No.
Not at all.
Now he's making the big bucks, right?
Well, now he has a taste of 7 figures, 8 figures, whatever it might be. Once you get a taste of that, towards the end of your career.
He has only fought Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford, and all of them were easy for him. It's very important that this study be done because it shows the difference between Crawford's skill and Canelo's weakness. The reason Crawford won was because he used his opponent's weakness against them. But the next person he fights might not have that weakness.
Boring fight. I mean, he just showed up for a paycheck. Canelo, obviously, like I said, on quicksand, throwing bombs. He won easy. But anyway, look, if we want boxing to survive, if we want boxing to thrive, we need super fights. Like, all the time. Fighters must fight each other. We have to come together. Promoters, Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman, Bob Arum, whoever's out there, let's come together. I'm calling you out. Let's come together. Let's meet the power of the minds and come up with something, because boxing can die. I'm calling you all out.
I found that it's often the best way to beat someone. There's no way around this. Ariel Helwani asked De La Hoya if Crawford would quit as champion, and the tough answer was no. Is that why?
Boxing, so I'm not going nowhere, and just jump right into it. And Canelo's a motherfucking beast. You know what I'm saying? He'll ox. Maybe I felt that more because of the fact that this is my first time at that weight division. I wish I could have gained a little bit more weight in between from the weigh-in to that time, but I can't control my body, and I can't, but like God had this already written, and I'm glad that I was in there with to put on a performance for Showtime pay-per-view.
In your perspective, why don't you think he could have stopped Charlo?
No, he could have stopped Charlo. He should have. I mean, first of all, you had a fighter who was there just for the payday, literally. I mean, he's in the biggest stage of his life. Go out there and take some risks. Fight hard. People paid their money. People buy it on pay-per-view. Fight hard, because when you fight hard, you don't lose anything. When it's a great fight, there's no loser.
This is the most important issue for Crawford. It's not a hit, a right hook, or a weight class. That's the catch. Oscar said that boxers will mess up a few times after they receive their big paycheck. He's seen this show before. You're no longer eager to get the title. You're happy with your bank account instead. They didn't train enough. It's when they fought, who they fought, why they fought, and how money can make you feel a little lazy. Everything changes.
Anybody say that's a 50-50 fight. Canelo got good inside game, but he gonna have to get past Charlo long arms, and Charlo he can use his reach good. He's strong. He got a good jab. It's a toss up with me. That's going. Charlo got that punching power. I'm just gonna say that.
I think Charlo's gonna take it. The reason why
Someone told me to pay attention when my drive changes from wanting to be great to wanting to make money. That's when you're open to attack.
Press conferences were freaking lame.
Why?
Just because it was all staged. I mean, come on, guys. Look, if you want to see Canelo pissed off, take a look at my press conference. With Munguia and Canelo. That's Canelo pissed off.
Question. Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya trying to say that the fight was going to take place maybe in the daytime. Yeah, this is what I want from you, to say his name. I decide with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights quick. And after that, we will go dinner to Carbon, and in the night we will watch Conjuring, because it will launch in September. Oscar De La Hoya wastes my time with this question. Of course, this is in the peak. This is the boxing, the sport #1 in the world. This is Canelo and Crawford.
This is exactly when De La Hoya said he would fight Jermell. Charliso says it all about that mistake. Oscar told him that he could pick the wrong opponent and still lose. So why Charlo? Because Charlo scares me more than Canelo. He's not surprised. He is 154 pounds and is mad at someone. He was set on making up for last time's loss to Canelo. He's for the usual surprise fight. Fighters who are already not interested in him might see this dangerous and tough opponent as just another way to make money.
Social media the other day, you're kind of fired up about the Canelo fight. Why didn't you like that fight?
Because it was boring.
What?
I mean, when a fighter throws one punch, when two fighters throw one punch in one round, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, I'm a fighter who has been in there in the line of fire, throwing 100 punches around. Like, the fans want to be entertained. So that was my critique, is coming from a fighter, coming from a world champion.
Crawford has to deal with more than just Charlo's skill. He also has to deal with the urge to take more risks in this fight because the last one looked so easy. What about the health risk, though? Don't forget about Jermell. Charlo already knows what it's like to be a real super middleweight. Charlo was very honest after losing to Canelo when he said that Canelo is a beast who uses other people. Could have made me feel worse because it was my first time in this weight class. He told her he wished he had gained more weight.
The fact that a new entity is coming into boxing and already wants to change a bill that has been in place for decades that protects fighters, to me, is shady. That's the bottom line. Think about it. It's shady. The first thing you want to do is change the law, change the rule, the Muhammad Ali Act, which protects the fighters. I instantly think about what they did with the UFC. I instantly think about the UFC signing hundreds, if not thousands of fighters, and they don't even see the light of day. There's total transparency with the bill. You're obligated as a promoter to disclose, everything that might be in the pot. The fighters call it the pot. And you're obligated to disclose, the financial status of your event, of the fighter's event. If you're a main event fighter, a championship fighter, you have every right to look at the books. And with this amendment, they're gonna...
With the skills he has gained, Charlo has the best tool right now. He has a good idea of what 168 power feels like. Could Crawford, who began his career at as little as 135 pounds, beat Canelo? No, Charlo is used to him now. Craig knows what Charlo meant when he told him about Canelo's strength. You're not sure how to use your power. Charlo, a super welterweight, came back to earth, which makes him much more dangerous next time. De La Hoya was very mad about Canelo and Charlo's fight. He said it was dull and Charlo was only there for the money, not to take any risks.
That boxing was on Netflix, just being a purist of the sport. You feel proud. I was not happy with the matchups. What I saw the week of the Canelo fight, they tried doing some contender boxing stuff. You're having precious contenders, right? Who I know can become world champions 3, 4, 5 years down the road. They're getting eliminated and beat. And you're never gonna hear from them again. That's not fair to the fighter. Now, if that's fair business to them, more power to them. Let them build whatever league they're trying to build. It's okay. Boxing here is safe with me and Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, the serious guys in the sport. The guys who respect the history and the honor that comes with it. You have a global platform. Netflix, Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Every fight that a new audience is gonna watch should have been a known name, should have been champion versus champion. The matchup should have been better. I thought it was a slow night. Completely a slow night. It was still great for boxing because it's out there and people are watching all over the world, But
this report makes it clear why Charlo is so dangerous at this time. The big check has already been cashed. Giving an easy show has already made him feel bad. Charles won't be the same person when he fights Crawford as when he faced Canelo. Forgive him so badly that he has nothing to lose and everything to gain. Crawford has bad thoughts about the risk-taking Charlo every once in a while. Crawford was very smart in his fight with Canelo because he used the fact that Canelo was expected against him. Charlo is a completely different animal. He is desperate for his job and comes as a surprise. The simple to understand. When someone has been shamed in public before and learned from it, don't think less of them.
Is there anything you could share about that meeting, what you guys have going during the press conference?
Yeah, there's really no details I can mention, but let's just say that some really big fights are going to happen very soon. And that's why I called out all promoters like Eddie Hearn, like Al Heyman, who's probably going to be impossible to talk to because nobody ever sees him. But we want to bring promoters together to work together and just create and the biggest fights possible for the fans. That's all I want to do, and that's what boxing is.
De La Hoya, don't bother me with this question.
Without that rule there, without that clause there, or wiping out the Muhammad Ali Act, the fighter is vulnerable. The fans are not gonna watch real boxing, and real boxing is the best talent that's developed fighting the very best talent. They're never gonna see that because they're gonna eliminate each other in their first fight, second fight, and guess what? If you don't win the second fight, you're gonna be shelved, just like the UFC does with their.
Yes, this is in the bank. Boxing is the best sport in the world. We have Canelo and Crawford here. The other story that's been spreading online is something you should think about. Sites like Boxing Ego have helped. This point of view says that Crawford's whole resume is made up of broken links. Ricky Burns, a 5 feet 5 inches man who was putting on weight, Jose Benavidez, who had been shot in the leg, Kell Brook, whose eye sockets were broken and left him almost blind, and Errol Spence, who had been in a car accident and had his retina taken out, are some of the people he is said to have beat. Some people even say that the Canelo he beat wasn't as fast and wasn't as fresh. And if you agree with this thought, Charlo, who isn't hurt badly enough to kill him, could be one of Crawford's first really great, healthy, bigger opponents. But let's show that that idea about broken things isn't true right now. IQ is the only thing that can beat them all. On Reddit, someone said that Canelo only had issues with smarter fighters like Mayweather, Bivol, and now Bud. This is the truth. Not only does Crawford beat his opponent by timing them, he also breaks down their whole mind. He doesn't just beat fighters, he breaks them down. They always say that the goods were damaged. He would use his mind against Charlo because it is his most powerful tool. It's not his resume that is wrong. It has to do with whether or not his IQ can help him beat someone who is typically bigger, stronger, and more desperate. Oscar thought the fight between Canelo and Charlo was not very interesting. Okay, he definitely did. They only threw one punch during the fight. What he said.
Right. And what would you like his next move to be?
I think he should go down and win a title at 160 because he won at 47, 40, 54, 68. Go get 60 and you got to close it off. That's fine.
Yeah. Would you like to see a rematch with Canelo?
Not really.
Okay. What about Canelo, I guess? What would you like to see in the future
I
for
don't
him?
know. Canelo can do anything he wants to. He's done so much already. There's really not much left for him to do. So it's really, I think Canelo probably could either take the rematch or close the door because Canelo's done way.
But Crawford's team would be wrong to think that Charlo is a dull fighter after watching that tape. For what reason did Charlo fight Canelo that way? He was scared of the power, the stage, and the weight. He wouldn't be scared to fight Crawford because he thinks Crawford is not as strong as him. Most shows aren't dull, but that one was. De La Hoya said that Charlo has a different style that he didn't even try to use against Canelo. Instead of fighting the fighter who is scared and just wants to make money, Crawford would fight the real Jermell Charlo, who is the undisputed king. That is a very bad choice. What De La Hoya said about money was just the beginning. Outside of the ring, where promoter wars, backstabbing, and billion-dollar cases are happening, the real action is. All boxers are afraid to work there because of these problems. This story has a direct effect on the ring.
You know, he's 168.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities.
Because that would be the next massive fight.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Right? I mean, imagine that. That would be the next massive fight. But then you have guys who are, the gatekeepers like Fundora.
Yeah.
Who's an amazing champion. I don't know how marketable that fight can be. We have to go through the system. And the system is WBA, WBC, WBO, and IBF. Because fighters, first of all, love fighting for world titles. That's the bottom line. And you cannot erase.
De La Hoya himself set the tone. He said that Turkey should sue the people who set up the fight between Canelo and Crawford because it was a waste of money. It takes longer for the sport to move when organizers fight and have bad blood with each other. Also, De La Hoya said he was sad that Showtime was leaving boxing. He said it would be bad for the sport but a chance for some people. People are suing each other, TKO is coming in, and Showtime is going out. No one is in charge. This puts Crawford's 8-figure paychecks at risk. He might have to fight someone bad like Charlo to get paid instead of waiting for the right one. The confusion at work makes it hard for you to do your job. No one knows what he will do next. Should I even fight Charlo? He said, no. Take a look at the shark that's swimming below Crawford too. Crawford has the most trouble with time. He can only fight Benavidez, Boots, and Virgil. Every time he has to pick who to fight. He doesn't have many years left before these younger, hungry lions take over. He might lose that 0, but De La Hoya says he has to face them if he wants to be truly great. What makes things worse is Crawford's past. Should he give up everything to be known as the best?